Grants for College Part 1. Are there solutions that work for getting college grants? Well, let me start by saying what you don't know may be costing you. First of all, I know how tired you are of trying to find grants. I've been there myself, and it's a very tiring and frustrating process. I used to hate all that frustration, and again, the time I would spend searching and looking for grants. And it's frustrating because you don't want to miss out. You want to find them and find them now. Companies that claim to help can also be expensive. Really, you can spend a couple $100s sometimes trying to get mentoring or having some personal help in finding a grant that would fit your situation. And not only that, but you can waste a lot of your time. Again, just searching for grants can be very time consuming. And that is why people really are looking for a system that actually works. And the question is, though, can you trust them? Do they actually work? And so the problem with looking for grants, again, there are so many out there, you can spend endless hours searching. It can be quite challenging trying to find them, really just trying to find one that fits your specific situation. And then there's the impossible task of writing your proposal. So trying to put the grant together in a way that helps you to get approved. Financial aid counselors often offer little or no help, which can be frustrating. Usually they may just tell you to search for them on the internet. Go to Google, type in grants, and see what comes up. So you're constantly left with that feeling like you're missing out. Again, I've been there. I know what that feels like. There's billions of dollars out there in grant money. And you think, surely there's one out there for me. And then there's the other issue of even if you do receive a grant, it may not be enough to really fund the college education you want or need, or some of the other things. Maybe you could benefit from having some of that money for things like childcare or a computer just to help with college. And so what are the most common solutions? Well, most people go through the same search process. They're searching on the internet. There's having something mailed to you. But again, more junk mail, please. And yeah, you know what that's like. You're basically in the same situation where you're no closer to finding a grant. And so that is why more people are looking for actual guidance, really someone or a process to take them step by step, hold their hand really, all the way from beginning to end of getting a check for a grant. And so using the right tools can show you exactly where to look, how to get fast approval, and ultimately get a nice check to be able to afford college. So it sounds great, right? But you're thinking, can you give me an example? Well, sure. Let me give you a sample tip. How you submit your grant is very critical. In fact, it's why some are approved time and time again in the grant process, and while others are continuing to get denied. So there's a pattern to this whole process. And really, this is just one of the parts to actually receiving a grant. And we'll be discussing more about these in part 2 shortly. So again, part 2, we'll be discussing real solutions to actually getting grants. In part 2, we'll be discussing more about these solutions and again, the exact solutions that people are using to get approved. What are those patterns? What is really making a difference? And then we'll show you exactly how you can get approved starting now. You'll finally have the option to attend college. You'll feel great knowing you can afford it. And honestly, I think you'll feel great knowing you can finally pursue a career, whether it's just for your own personal satisfaction, or maybe you're in a job right now that you can't stand. And getting a better education is really a key component of seeing improvements, of having new opportunities opened up to you. And so we'll show you the solutions that are actually working. What's working to help people get a grant for themselves. So go ahead, click on the link below. It'll take you directly to part 2 now, where you can view that. So again, to view part 2, just click on the link below in the box, or you can also go to www.collegeGrantSecrets.com. Again, look forward to seeing you over there. We'll discuss more of those solutions. And again, I think you'll be thrilled to finally be at a place where not only you can find some of those grants to apply to you, that apply to your specific situation, but then to learn what are the patterns in that application process that set you up for success in being approved. So you actually get walked through that step by step, and then also what are the things you can do to make sure you get through that approval process quickly. We'll be covering that as well. So again, look forward to seeing you over there in part 2, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much.